Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Nikki, Al, how's it going? As I always say, hopefully this is going to be a short video. I just put out the little, I tried to get the damn thing off my phone. I just cannot figure out, as long as you're sleeping for sure, how to get the video off the phone. It should be as easy as plugging it in and downloading it. And so I just uploaded it. I uploaded it to YouTube. So I just put it out as a video, no entry thing, no nothing. It's like 5 minutes. But the fish are, they're like this. I'm going to say 18. Let's see. Let's get a tape measure and I'll give you exact what I think they are. Yeah, I'm going to say none of them were 50 centimeters. But I'm going to say a lot of them were in the 40 range. So that would be like 16, 18 inches. So, and they're 2 years old now. So, yeah, they're getting big. And they just sit in that mud pond. And, I mean, if you look at the video, if you get a chance, you can just, I used my phone because I wanted to be able to zoom in, which I don't have the ability to pretty much do with the GoPro. I mean, the whites are really vibrant. I haven't run any kind of tests on ammonia or nitrites, anything on the pond, but pH, nothing. And I mean, they look healthy as hell. And I don't know if you could tell on some of it how vibrant the white is on them. And they call it Benny, and they call it a bunch of different names in the koi world, but white, red, and black basically. And different acidities and stuff like that have an effect on making colors and stuff like that. And they don't get fed anything special. I mean, I don't even feed them decent koi food. I feed them just what you would feed tilapia, which isn't the greatest in the world, but they have the ability to eat all the insects and vegetation and everything else in the pond, and they're just freaking loving it. So thanks, Nikki. So anyway, so what I've got going on today, hey Robert, how you doing? I ordered all the stuff because they have that today's let's drink as many margaritas till we drop day, and Cinco de Mayo, here, at least here. I guess it'll be tomorrow in the States. But anyway, they have that, on Lasada, the 5th of the 5th, the 5th day of the 5th month, and they give you a little special and save a little bit. But the prices that I got I ordered pretty much everything that I need for the solar system, 6 kW system for the garage, standalone. I'm not even going to bring any electricity out there right now. The reason I said I'm going to try to make this short is I've got they've got about 2 or 3 rows of bricks up. I didn't get a chance to film that. We didn't get home till dark, 5, 6 o'clock or something last night from Ubon. And the solar man who does all my electricity and did the solar here, the only thing that I don't have is just the racks and the clips to hold the panels on the roof. I ordered all. I'm going to show you here in a minute the price that I got on this battery, unless it comes as a piece of crap. And just to let everybody know, that big giant tool chest that was too good to be true for, I don't know, 5,000 baht or whatever, was too good to be true. But I'll give you a little insight here. What I was going to do, because I figured, okay, when it comes back, they sent me, I got a package about this big with a little, I don't know if you know those things that kids use, they put on the back of the phone and they pull out so they can put their fingers and hold the phone up. That's what I got. I don't know, what is it, 20 baht item. And it's like, oh, damn, okay. So I'll just wait till tomorrow. This was 4 or 5 days ago, week ago or something. And I just didn't mention it last time. I said, I'll just wait and then I'll go through, all the forms and whatever I need to do to try to get my money back. But when I was thinking, I was sitting there and I'm going, it was afternoon. I go, when I look at my Chase account, they have a thing there to dispute, right? Dispute a thing. I'm going to go on there and see what I can do. Well, just so you know, if you have Chase, if you're from the States, or even if any bank that you have, I used my card from Chase. And I hit dispute. It asked me, why this company is scam. They're supposed to get a big toolbox, and I got a little, 10-cent thing sent in the mail. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, dispute rectified. Your money will be back in your account within 24 to 48 hours. And sure enough, the 150 US dollars that I spent on it was back in there. So, like I said before, if it's too good, if it looks like it's too good to be true, more than likely it's too good to be true. But on this battery and stuff, the fur babies, they're all doing good, man. When we were in Ubon, I go, man, we got to get them, because we were supposed to sell 10 of them in one lump sum to one package deal to a person that was going to, get them all their shots and and all this, and they backed out of the deal. We got 10 of them up there. One of them is for Gino and his wife that are coming, I think, on the 16th to pick up Caesar, the only yellow like bear. I don't know where bear's laying on the floor. And the rest of them are all one that's kind of chocolatey, but the rest of them, they're pretty much black. But I was saying, when my wife there said, how much does it cost to get them their first shots? I heard a bunch of crap about parvo and, shit like that in Thailand. I don't want them to die. They're a bunch of cute little babies, And well, they're not little anymore. But so when we got home last night, it actually, it was 5 o'clock. The guy said he was going to be there till 6:30 or something. My wife and the kids, they loaded 10 of them up in the car and drove over there, and for 200 baht a piece, so for 2,000 baht, well, 200 baht a piece, $6 to get them their each, to get them their shots. I said, just go ahead and get them the shots. I said, I'll fork out the money, and then you can pay me back when you sell them. She's been selling them, here and there, 1, 2. I think she sold 3 or 4 already. So hopefully I don't have 10 puppies, but you never know. Hey, Andy, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, so I ordered all the stuff, and I brought it up already. I'll put it on here. Let's see if we can do it. This battery, let me make sure that it is the biggest item that I think that I got. It looks like a freaking, let me make sure you guys are seeing it. Yeah. It looks like a freaking awesome battery. Well, that price is for 300 amp hour, 48 volt battery. And it looks like great quality. We'll see what happens when it gets here. 6,000 cycles. It's the life. It's the lithium phosphate, whatever the new one. But it's got everything. So we'll see what happens. That was going to be the biggest part of it. But the other one was the cheapest that I could find panels. And you can see here, I've got the interconnecting wires and stuff and everything that I need. And this here, which is a, let me find it first. That's the box that I'm using, the 6.2. But I got this too because it made it so much easier. It comes just like that. The panels are all going to be In series, they're going to plug right in with 2 wires down in the bottom. Let me make sure you guys are seeing that. Yes, in the bottom of that box, and then everything's there for the breakers for the battery, the breakers for the when we do put the in from the grid for 2 outlets for everything's there right in that box, so nice and clean. And then the there's the bottom of it. These things are so easy to put together now. It's amazing. And then but the big thing that I was saying about it, I couldn't find any panels. Oh, they were in the 25 range. I got these, and you can see these, they're $29.99 each. Okay. I paid 16 something for the panel, 16,000 for 10 of them. And see, this VOC is what I needed because it'll only take 500 volts. And when you run them in series like that, the volts they add up. Okay, so it needed to be below 50, which it is perfectly. So I'll have 6,000 watts, and I think the total on the bill was 62,000, and I'll probably spend another maybe whatever to pay. I'm just going to have the let me get this off here for a minute because I'll probably bring it back up again later when anybody else is here. The cousin put the racks down. It's easy. Put them down, seal them, screw them down, and then they just clip on. And what it does is it'll go in one and go to the next one, the next one, the next one, 5, then come down and go 5 back, 10 panels, and then 2 wires will come down, plug into that deal, mount it on. I'm going to get a nice board made. I think I'm going to talk to Andrew. His relative or neighbor there makes that the awesome wood that they have here, benches, tables. I just want like a 3/4 inch thick by yay wide, so I can mount everything on there nice and clean. Have them varnish it and all that kind of stuff, make it look good. But that battery was the biggest thing. I paid for a 200 amp hour piece of shit. Well, not piece of crap. I almost said, I did say shit. Um, Battery that was 200 amp hours. I paid 50,000 for each one of those here, and this one was 32,000. Like I said, unless it comes and it's this big, we'll see. But this is through Lasada, so I've only had the pizza oven that I got the Marks a Lot pen for, and they just immediately credited me back. And there was one other thing that I got that I got water bottles in a box or something. Can't remember. All right, Nikki, you'll be up in a little while with Buddy, but I'll probably be gone. We'll see. Like I said, I'm waiting for him to come, solar guy to come. He's going to come and look, and hopefully, this is my plan for the building. I marked on here where I want switches and plugs on there, and I'll have him give me a price on that, and then the bay lighting in the top of it, here, and here, and over here. Just one over there. That's just over the. Excuse me. Anyway, so wait for him, and then hopefully my wife's got to get on the phone this morning and get some steel for the block walls. He needs more steel, and he needs a cube of sand to mix with the concrete. And he'll start laying those again. So yeah, so it's moving right along. Hopefully. He's looking at, the solar guy's so busy, man. When I had him here in the beginning, I should have just kept him working. But now the word's out, and he's like, he's all over the place. He's busier than shit. Anyway, I need to put money in my thing here, my jar. But he's going to come today sometime. If he comes this morning, then I'll just cut it short and I'll be done. It'll be a real short live stream. And I'll show him where I want the plugs, have him give me a price on that. So basically what it'll be is this is how simple it is. That box has the MPPT controller in it. It's got a charger in there for the battery. It's got everything in it, right? So when you put it in there, you bring in the grid, you take out your what's going to go to the breaker box for your out on the voltage. You bring in two for the battery, and you bring in two for the for the uh, for the solar panels. That's it. And of course, I put that breaker box in, so it'll be a little bit more, but simple. That's it. So for now, I'll he'll set a breaker box. I'll bring in the power from that solar panels and battery to that breaker, like maybe a 5-6 breaker box like they have here in Thailand. You see all over the walls. In fact, there's one up there, but you can't see it. Anyway, and then from that point on, he'll run for the bay lights and then run around the whole building with plugs and stuff like that. There'll be a big plug outside for the trailer to connect to, and then back in the corner there'll be one of those quick connect plugs for the spray washer, or I can use the one up front too, the air compressor and the welder, so they can all plug into their own separate circuit, so I don't have any kind of problems. But I shouldn't have any, according to what I figured out on paper, is that 300 amp hour battery fully charged can run like if the sun goes away or it raining all day or whatever it is, it'll run 2,500 watts for 6 hours. The only thing that's going to be in there if I'm just in there by myself is going to be the air conditioner. And the air conditioner is going to be a 2-ton, so it's probably going to pull 1,500 watts, 1,200, I don't know. I haven't ordered it yet. I'm going to try to get the most efficient one that I can get. But it's just 62,000 baht, which is, and maybe another, I'm going to say 5,000. So I'm going to say 70,000 baht, a 6 kW complete system. Hold on. Let me see here. At today's, I don't know what it is. It's been going down a dollar, but 70,000 divided by 33, $2,121. And I know it will. And what I'm planning on doing, so that everybody knows, when we build the 2-bedroom house, I'll bring a complete separate line from the meter all the way out to the garage, bring it into that panel, set a separate sub panel. It's got a place for 2 outputs, separate 50 amp sub panel, and bring that back to the house. So when we get done with it, they'll move into that house and they'll be completely on their own solar. And the house will just be me and my wife. And when the kids come, it should come way, way, way down to where I originally thought it should be. Yeah, it doesn't. The well that I dug there was I had like a spring, so I can divert and fill up that pond, and which they do. The caretaker, who's a relative that lives there, makes sure that it stays topped off. But they just look, man. I mean, even in my pond out here, they're just vibrant, and it's because of what they're eating. They're not getting good quality koi food, but they're eating bugs and vegetation and everything else, and all the minerals and everything that's in that water. That's what they grow in Japan, is mud ponds like that, just mud. That's it. And they're 2 years old, and they went from that to they're about 18 inches, 16, 18 inches as 2-year-olds. So they're doing good. But yeah, I didn't know whether they would survive or not. We put them in there. We probably put 400 or so. I can't remember. I could go back and look at the videos of butterfly 2-inch and regular koi. Just bought them from a guy. I can't remember what we paid, pennies for them, and just dumped them in there. And then when they got big enough, we started buying the basically tilapia food and feeding them. So, hey, Tommy, how you doing? Hey, brother, hope you're well. But I'm really amazed because my budget was 82,000 So I saved quite a bit on the solar for the garage. And if you didn't watch that video, it's up there. It kind of gives you when they poured that concrete. And it's really funny, Tommy, because my buddy in the States was a masonry contractor, and now he builds garages in Lake Havasu. Yeah, he lives there now. He was where he retired to. And he retired. He doesn't build. He builds them very one in a blue moon. And I told him, I said, it's amazing to me how wet that is. And he said, I've never seen anything that wet being poured. I said, it's normal here in Thailand. And I said, I'll tell you what, man. When I was in Ubon, I looked at all that concrete, no cuts in it for expansion joints, no nothing. There isn't one crack in any piece of concrete that I could find here in Surin and in Ubon. And they did that. And they've got like, I think they've got 3 rows up one side. I did have, when the solar guy was here, I had him replace a spray pump in one of the box filters, the filters I have on this pond. One of the pumps went bad. So he came, when he did that, I've got a camera up on top of here facing towards the street. I had him turn it around and facing towards the back so I could see what he's doing back there. And it looked like he got about 3 rows in. And like I said, my wife's got to order some steel and some sand. He has everything else, blocks here, concrete's here, and all that. So he just needs sand. Yeah, it is. I really like it there. So that little video that I just put out is I was trying to get. I didn't have much. I didn't do nothing. Everybody that watches the channel pretty much knows the Ubon house, the build, and what's there, and been there. I've done a bunch of videos on it, but I can't. I'm just not a computer savvy guy, man, and I just can't get the stuff to come off my $1 million freaking iPhone to go into my computer so that I could edit it and whatever. So I just downloaded it straight off my phone and just made it a little video, and the people that are going to want to watch it are the ones that are going to want to watch it. But I was surprised hey, good, you're the healthiest guy I know. That's what I got it. That's where I should be right now. But hopefully I was talking to my same friend, and I go, man, I said, I'm just guessing, because this thing I'm imagining, I'm trying to do the whole thing now with the solar and everything, and still stay in that between 100 that $5,000 that I had sitting in a bank account that it was just a test. It was in U.S. dollars, and I brought it over a year ago. So I pulled that out. So it's like turned out at the exchange rate and everything was like 167,000 baht. And that's what I'm still trying to stay in that realm. It's going to be a little higher because of the solar. But I said, I asked my friend, I said, I'm just guessing, but I'm imagining, granted, it's not built anywhere near to the construction in the United States at his standards or the U.S. standards. But I said, you couldn't even pay for the permits. And he goes, oh, no way. He goes, the permits are like 15,000 because they build big garages there for motor homes to people keep their diesel pushers and stuff, and then they kind of based in Havasu, and then they take off and go around. So I'm trying to keep it in that thing. I mean, it's just, I'm thoroughly amazed. Like I said, is it going to fall over or tumble down? No way. Is it the best construction in the world? No way. Is it plenty adequate? Yeah, for sure. I'm putting a ceiling in it, 2,000 or a 2-ton air conditioner, and I'll be able to actually do some of the projects like the kayak and what be probably the one that's going to be upcoming within the next few months or something is going to be the motorcycle tent trailer with air conditioning and solar and all that. Hopefully, we'll have to see. But yeah, so if you guys haven't watched, I put it out this morning. I don't even know if anybody, let's see, has anybody watched it? I think a few have. Let's see. Oh, Yeah, 15 people or 15 views anyway. So if you get a chance, watch that one. I was really surprised on the build because I don't get it 470. I normally get a couple hundred, and seems like more. Seems like I'm getting more into putting out content, and more people would normally. We actually had like 18 new subscribers. So if you guys are watching, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, if you can, the batteries are the biggest thing, man. If this battery is a good battery, which I thinking it is, we'll see when it gets here. Um, and if it gets here, if they don't cancel it and say, oh, it's too cheap. The next cheapest one I think I found was a 10 or 12,000 baht more for the battery. So, but you know, a complete standalone system out there for what would I say, $2,100, $2,200. But that, granted, you have to, you know, have somebody that will come out and just, you know, put the panels up. For me, the rest of it, and bring the wires down and setting everything down in a air conditioned place, hopefully, or a cooler place, and just screwing it to wood and doing the wires. And I have all the tools and connectors and a lot of the stuff I used to do the kayak solar. So I've got all the stuff, and I'm imagining to hang that and do it. It's one day at most. So, but you have to have somebody that can go up on the roof and, you know, put the racking down and mount the panels down and tie them together and bring you the wires down to where you're going to be. Because I'm not climbing up on no freaking roofs or anything. That's for sure. But you know, I just don't see it for 6.2 kW is what the inverter deal is. Let's see what. Excuse me. But these were the panels. This was the biggest thing. The cheapest ones that I had found were in the 23, 24, plus then another couple hundred baht to ship them and all sorts of crap. And I got these. Let's see if I can see where does it show it. Let's see. Yeah, see, well, it doesn't really show it. It was 16,100 and something. There were about 1,600 each panel, and another one that we'll see when they get here. But these, oh, that's right, they don't have it anymore. That I bought the last one. I also found the controller at 80. Well, it says 92, but I got it for 80 because of all the sales. I got it for 8,400. And if I go to, let's see if it'll let me, if you guys can see it when I change it to just this has all the stuff that I want to get, my wish list of tools and everything else. So we'll see. That's a wire stripper I was looking at. Yeah. Oh, it did change. Okay, cool. But if I come down here, there's a little welder stand, vacuum cleaner, the 50-liter deal, the stuff for my screen for my desk, a couple of helmets I was looking at, motorcycle lift. Uh, this I'm getting as an exhaust fan to put in. Let's see if I even have another one of those on there. I don't, but I think I showed you guys before the simplicity of what's there. I'm not going to find it now, but just, you know, so my tool budget actually came, you know, down obviously because of the, you know, 70,000 baht solar. But you know, I just, because like I said, man, that solar, that luckily, I'd be lucky if they run one air conditioner once they move into the house that's going to be built over here, and they're going to pull, you know, they're not going to use any electricity, put it that way, off this system. So you know, there might be the occasional time when there's no sun out and I'm building something and welding and got the air conditioner going, and they've got company, and run into that you might actually use something in a month, but I'll be really surprised. But the pricing, all right, brother, you'll be right back. I'm not going to stay any longer than an hour. It's been 30 minutes already. But if you guys get a chance, watch the koi, the little Ubon, Thailand Ubon mud pond koi deal. Like I said, they're move this in. Got to go around the speaker. It's that speaker microphone. Does this thing sound okay? Testing, testing. I haven't seen Logan and Jamie in a while. Hope everything's well. I'm sure it is. I think he's actually just working. They both are, I think. So again, I think the budget, I didn't really finish the budget deal, but I had 104. I'm still going to try to do it in that 167,000, basically 5,000 US dollars, everything. That means that I really have to cut back on all those awesome tools that I wanted. But I'll just get them. Like I said, I've got my allowance that I give myself every month. I haven't been doing a bunch of traveling or spending. We did recently because of the family deal and Ubon trip and that. But I should be able to spend 10,000 baht of my 30,000 baht allowance um, on extra tools each month, which will get me, 2 or 3, 4 different stuff, a sawzall, a cut-off saw, this. So in 2 or 3 months, I'll have everything that I want. I'm going to have a lot of storage there. I'm thinking about even having them, because I am putting a ceiling in, maybe putting some kind of racking. I'm doing some extra welding, getting some extra steel above the drop ceiling that's going to go in, or the ceiling that's going to go in, so that they can attach that and maybe put some kind of pipe rack for steel, for PVC, for that kind of stuff. And then one of the 2-foot wide racks that I make, that I'm buying to put in there, I think I'm going to put fittings with nuts and bolts and PVC fittings and all that kind of crap. Have everything in there because it's spread out all over the property and in here, and it's just, I've got room to do it there. So I'd like to get something up high, because I know Craig's got his like right at eye level so that he could put an eye out if he wanted to get some extra views. But I don't want to be running into shit. So I'm thinking about having him do that. So if I got to do that, I got to get the steel and stuff for that soon before they start. But I'm hoping that they have the walls up in the next couple of weeks, because like I said, they got the electrician, the solar guy, coming by today so I can show him how many outlets I want and where I want them, and the lights and where the bay lights are going to be, and all that stuff, so that he can give me a price on doing that. And he's planning on doing it on the 21st. Him and his helper probably could do the damn thing in a day, damn close, maybe a couple of days. So he's got me, because it's hard to get him to schedule to do anything, man. He's just busier than shit. So I keep saying shit. I gotta find another word. And if there's somebody that I didn't say hello to, I know I did say hello to Andy, but and Ron, and I did say Aaron. So I caught everybody. So everybody's just sitting there watching me ramble. So that's the basic gist of what's going on now. The next video that's going to be out will be part 2 of the garage build. Probably come out in a few days, 2 or 3 days. Give them some time to put some block up, and I'll go into what's going to happen. I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to come down my wall line. This is later for the power coming over. Probably number 8s or something coming over there would be plenty. I'll have to talk to him about that. I'll let him do his own calcs. And then when we get to the edge of my wall, because the property directly behind us we don't own, but now we own the 2 lots to the one side where the garage is. I think I want to go underground there. I think I want them to come from up there, PVC, go into PVC down below, great, and go over and then come up and do that over at the, go there and then something from the garage to the house, wherever the power is going to go, and have it underground. I don't, going across with lines and shit. If somebody's going to hit it, or if I have something delivered, it's just going to be a nightmare. So I think I'm going to do that. So I'll ask him about that. No, I probably won't, because I don't want to confuse him. I just want all the outlets and everything and the lights, what he thinks. I was looking at, I can bring this up, I think, still. I was looking at, that's my stool. I am going to order that. More cut-off saws, welding mask, welding rod. Where's the, must be up here further. I don't know if these are good or not, so I'm going to ask him. But they make them in both a 100 watt, 200 watt, and 400 watt, and they're calling it high bay lights. So let's just see. We don't need that. Then they look like they're outdoor rated, right? Didn't it say IP? Something makes sure you guys are seeing that. Yeah, you are. Just LEDs, so might as well put it in something that's low consumption. Plus, maybe I could grow some plants in there. But anyway, I don't know, they're like 2,000 or 1,000 baht each. I figured I'd get the medium of the road, 200 watt each, or something, and get that. So I'll talk to him and show him those also. And then, like I said, I just want enough plugs going around. I don't want any kind of a problem. I am going to have a couple. I'll show you these. I did kind of want the black work tables, but they're almost twice as expensive for the same size built. See if I can find those. I'm gonna have the overhead airline too. There's my racks and stuff. There's two footers and a 3-footer 6-tier. See the breaker box, something like this. I'll let him decide on what what he wants and what size breakers and all that kind of crap. Because, like I said, that one plug in particular that I'm thinking about is going to supply 3 big items, the big amp draw items, which would be the air compressor, but they're not all going to run at the same time. The air compressor, the welder, or the pressure washer. This is the table I'd like to get, but it's pretty much the same thing. I just like the black, and it's probably a little bit more well built, but I can get, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably not even going to use the damn. Well, I probably will. And the table that I'm going to get on wheels, but I think the one I'm going to get, that one's 4,000 baht, and see if I can find the other ones. There's that one, 3,990. There's a little simple desk. This one, and they're 27, so I can get 2 of them. They're basically the same size. Probably not as well built, but it has pegboard on the back to where I can hang boxes to hold nuts and bolts. I can hold sanders, whatever I want, and I'm just going to use it as a toolbox. I'm going to put my tools that I have just in the drawers rather than get a rollaway. Or I might get a rollaway down the road, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the way the black one looked. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Kenny? But yeah, so that I was just went over earlier, Kenny. The one system you could make. I bought everything. Let me bring this up real quick. I had you in mind when I was looking at some of this stuff. Let me get up here and get to. No, I don't want my order. There we go. Order. This battery, which is a 300 amp hour battery, but you wouldn't even have to go that big. But the panels that I found for this whole system of a 6 kW and whatever I'm going to do with 10 600 watt panels, everything 70,000 baht. but and that's having an electrician do some of the wiring stuff and all that kind of crap. But you could get this same type. Oh man, shit! I keep forgetting. I bought the last one from that guy. The same type deal, but in 3200 watt for, I think they're about 6,000 baht. What I'm saying is completely bring your electricity to probably zero for probably 50,000 baht. I would even go smaller on the battery. I got a 300 amp hour, and that's a really good price for this battery. We'll see. I haven't gotten it yet. I don't think they packed it yet, and of course it's coming out of China. But right now, this 300 amp hour, 48 volt, 51 volt battery will run 2,500 watts for. Excuse me, my knees. Oh, ah. 2,500 watts for 6 hours. So you could be out of power or whatever for I don't know, one of 12,000 BTU air conditioner in one room, and TV and refrigerator and all that probably aren't going to pull 2,000 watts, and so the thing will probably run 8 hours. So like I said, if anything's running overnight, the battery, if you set up the program right, will run the battery all night and charge all day. So I know it. I don't know. I like the idea of free energy. Yeah, I'm putting it on the garage. It's gonna be standalone for now, and then what I'm gonna do when we sell the other house and get the money to build the 2 bedroom over here, I'll have him bring a whole nother from our meter, a whole nother set of lines to the garage, tie into the solar system, run a sub panel from there, 50 amp, a sub panel from there to the house to run their 2 air conditioners and refrigerator and fan and lights and stuff like that. Should be plenty. So the garage will be on solar, the house will be on solar. It'll only be me and the wife in the big house, so my bills ought to be close to zero at that point. But I would imagine you could put in, if you're mechanically inclined and stuff, I would still pay somebody to get up on the roof and put the tracking down and set the panels. But I found 600 watt panels for 1,600 each, monocrystalline or whatever. Are they the greatest panels in the world? I don't have a clue, but they're cheap. So we'll see what they look like when they get here, but they should be fine. I would think you could do it for cheap. Like I said, I just like that idea of, and I don't know what you're paying. I think you were paying a couple or 27. It'd be zero, man. I don't know what the payoff is. I don't think that way. I just like sitting right now and looking at my thing, and my meter's just sitting there still, and 3 air conditioners are running, and lights are on, and the internet's going, and fans are going, and it's not costing me nothing. I just like that. And like I said, if depending, it's all relative, right, on how much money you have and how much you want to spend. But you could get 5 panels would be what? 1, 5, 2. Yeah, 600 panels. Yeah, I would think in that range, 30. Let's see, this is a 70, and that included paying 5,000 baht for someone to mount the panels on the roof, and and bring the wires down. And like I said, man, it's mount the all-in-one controller, battery connection, 2 wires. I've got the box. What I did was I bought. Let me bring this up again and show this to you. I bought this box so I didn't have to screw with anything. Let me show it to you real quick. This is the controller I got, but I also bought this, which is, it's got, so the 2 that are running them in series. The 2 solar connections will come in that bottom. They're on their own breaker, grounding deals there, isolator. The big one on the right is for the battery. The other ones are for the grid in and the grid out. Now it'd be a little bit different because probably have to pay an electrician a little bit more to tie the system into the house, type deal. But uh, I'm doing it kind of backwards. But I'm sure they make this one's made specially for you can see over on the left for the HVM 6.2 48 volt. But you could probably even make it 24 volt. Batteries are cheaper. Wire size goes up a little bit, but anyway, I don't know. It might be something you might want to look into because, like I said, and I don't, I know that they're gonna creep up on and start, raising electricity units and stuff. So it's gonna cost me 100-month payback. Is that good or bad? I don't even know. I have no money and don't want to spend it. Like I said, man, it's sitting in the trailer out there, and I don't know, man. It brings a special joy to me knowing that I'm not paying for electricity. Uh, like I said, so this one, like I said, when I get done too, pretty much that whole side of the property over there is going to be on its own solar, 6 kW, and 13 kW over here for my house and everything. And I'm still trying to iron out everything and making it perfect there. Hey, Nanette, how are you? Hope you're well. But yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know how to explain it. Getting something for nothing, it's like not nothing, but, and like I said, now the next house that I'm going to do, and that's kind of a trial for this on this one, is take that same 70,000 baht and put in a 6 kW system in Ubon where they're screwing me, charging me double and triple for my electricity and not supplying me with electricity. Like when I was there, man, I got one air conditioner running and I'm going to take a hot shower and I turn it on and you watch the lights go, ooh. And luckily they're inverters. Otherwise the air conditioners, any kind of stuff like that isn't an inverter, they don't like brownouts and low voltage and shit. So the only reason that the air conditioners and all that stuff here in Thailand, when they do it, but out there just crap. And we'll give us 300,000 baht and we'll put a new transformer right across the street from your house. Well, thank you, you son of a bitches. But no thanks. I'll put in solar. I ain't gonna do it. Pain doesn't bother me as our only bill. Power outage and low voltage is what bothers me. Yeah, and you wouldn't have that problem. Wouldn't have that problem at all. But like I said, it doesn't really bother me either, unless they, all of a sudden, someone's going, well, I think we could get double, out of these people for electricity. We'll just bring it up in little increments over the next 5 years. They'll never even notice. Whatever. You get my drift. But it'll creep up. And the main reason that I did this here, first off, I had the money, which makes a big difference. But 14,000 baht for an electric bill, when I croak, you think my wife's going to turn on anything and live in this house? No. She'll probably leave a pump running for the pond. But as far as comfort living and 5 air conditioners going and all that, no way. No way. Now, when it's just me and her and mom and dad, the cheapest that I had was to right under 4,000 baht, I think. With the kids here and everything else and welding, and it's come up again. But and we don't watch anything. I leave right now the bedroom air conditioner is just singing away. So is this one. And if I was in the garage, I'd probably have all 3. Although I am going to get a little bit more. I'm going to pay more attention to, there's no reason that the air conditioner needs to be on in there. I'm out here, that kind of stuff. Everybody else in the house is, their conscience of expensive. Everything's expensive. That's what I love. Second about the Thai people is their ability to not want to spend money. At least everybody that I've known, everything that they do. It took me a while to get my wife, which I'm paying for that, but she's pretty much, before she didn't like it when I tip. Now sometimes I don't tip enough, and she's got a whole new outlook. 50K would be good. Yeah, I would think so, man. Like I said, I don't know because I'm going to do it anyway. But like I said, the way that the batteries and everything are coming down in the panels, it's it just seems to me, like I said, I would think that you could do it for 50. I really did. I can, find out what the difference is in the controllers. 5 panels pretty much is 2, 4, 6, 8 is 10,000 bought off of that right there, or 8,000. And the controller, another couple. Um, not going to have as much. Yeah, yeah, I would think damn close to that, and that's still paying an electrician maybe 2 to 5,000 baht to mount them, do the tie-in between this and the house system and that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to screw with that. Clean air handlers. Yeah, you know what I ended up doing? I was having problems because this is out. It's not even really outside. Where I've got the ones mounted here is inside my. It's got a washer in it, so I call it a laundry room. But it's basically got two 6,500 watt uh, all in ones on the wall, all the wiring, and 2 batteries in there. And it does get hot and it does get dirty. It is enclosed, but the doors always stay open. And anyway, the filters need to be. I've had a couple of times I've had to call him out, and he's saying, "Well, the filters are dirty." And so I told him from now on, every month, whatever it is, just come and charge me. Like he came over the other day, turned that camera around up there, pulled down one of my filters, pulled the pump out of it, put a new pump in it, tied the wiring together, made sure it all worked, and it cost me 300 baht. So, you know, like I said, money's relative. I don't want to, you know, uh, it's all relative. But, what he was going to charge me $6 once a month to come over and make sure everything's clean and ready to go. So, uh, I'm going to do it. Now, the garage one, I'll be there so often, it's going to be right in front of me. I'm not going to mount them up. I'm going to mount them right. So I'm looking right into them. And it'll be easy for me to do that. And I'm thinking about tying in. I might come over and tie in the pond here and the man cave into that system too. I'll make that determination when we wire everything. Then my main fish deal and everything I know is in my control on this system, and I know everything about it because I put it in, and I'll be happier. And the battery's bigger. It'll go. I don't even know. I'd have to pull a wattage on it, but in worst case scenario, I know it would go at least 6 hours, and it might even be something that I would buy if this battery is really true. To spend another 30,000 baht and put two of them down there and have 12, 14, 16 hours of battery backup for my pond, basically. But yeah, I cannot beat the labor cost. That's for sure. Like I'm not going to roll because I've got an air conditioned spot in there. Now, now I might take the shadow in there and change the exhaust or pedal around with something and maybe jet the carburetors and that stuff like that because it'll be cool in there. I'll be on a rolling chair. Everything will be right here in front of me. I would enjoy doing that. Changing the oil when I could on my Forza that I could pay for synthetic oil and the filter and everything, 400 baht, for $12. No, I'm not going to do it. I don't I don't put that many kilometers on it anyway. I probably only do that twice a year or something. It's just not worth it, and I'm not gonna even bother. Everything else will go into Honda. I might tinker with that. I might tinker with a couple of smaller bikes, like I talked before about refurbing 50 cc's, because here in Thailand, you don't need any paperwork, no license plates, no nothing on 50 cc's and under. Uh, so these little ones like Craig had one, stuff like that. Maybe I'll get cheap, and redo them or something. Give me something to do, to work on anyway. And I'll probably do a little painting in there too. I was never really all that great at it, but you never know. So, is anybody drinking margaritas till they drop today, or is that? It's my favorite day of the year. When I was in the state, I could eat Mexican food and drink margaritas until I puked. But we don't have that. I don't have that ability here. And although I might make myself some chips and make some salsa. I made some salsa the other day with just tomatoes, onions, Thai chili, and avocado, and it was freaking good. And I had whole wheat tortillas that I sliced up into chips. It was really good. I liked it. Yeah, tomorrow there for sure. Hey, go, haven't seen you in been a long time. That's for sure. I hope you're well. But yeah, so solar on the new garage, and it's going to follow that. And I'm imagining that's going to be garage is probably going to be 5 or 6 parts because it'll be all the block and the ceiling and going in, the electrical going in, the air conditioning, doing the solar setup, 6K, mounting those, at least 5 or 6. And then hopefully when we get done with that, we'll have sold the other property and got the money and started building the 2 bedroom for mom and dad. And so that'll be a whole series on building. Maybe I'll hire Kenny he's way better than me, come over and do video. So I've got a lot of video coming up. And like I said, I kind of miss excuse me, the editing. I enjoy the editing part of it. But we'll see. Yeah, if I was in the States, but see, I don't get drunk, so I don't think Cinco de Mayo would be as much fun as it has in the past years, 20 years ago. But the food part of it, still be in heaven. That's why thank God I can drink a margarita or two and stop and drink soda water. It's a beautiful thing because I can sit down and have Mexican food and have a couple of nice margaritas, get a little, oh yeah, this is relax the bones and switch to Coke Zero and go on my way and not get drunk. So, but everybody will, I'm sure. I always enjoyed that day. So yeah, so for the upcoming, hopefully within the next 3 or 4 days, part 2 of the garage build I'll put up. Then I'm going to say every 2 or 3 days after that, hopefully roll right through a couple 3 weeks, and that'll be done. At least done enough to where I can paint the floor, paint the inside and outside. All the electrical's done, the solar's done. My cabinets and everything will be in. My desk, computer, everything like that. Because I'm just going to put this one that I got from the all-in-one out there. I gotta see about that. I gotta see about if I can get when I go out there today, I'm gonna check on my phone and see if I pick up a signal from I don't know if you can see it there. Mm-mm. See that white box there? It's kind of hidden underneath there now. All the rest of the stuff is fiber to all to the 65 inch to the hot rod racing setup. Everything is fiber, but this is where it comes in and ties together, and it still puts out a Wi-Fi. So I'll see if I can get the Wi-Fi out there. That would be plenty. Just if I'm sitting there and I want to go on YouTube or whatever, or check on something, I have it there available to me. We did, and I'd like to do that again. I think it was, hey Brock, how you doing? I think it was Kenny that was asking if I was going to still try to put it together. I'm going to try. I've got to get over there. I do want to have at least lunch and spend 3 or 4 days over there and have lunch with Cabo and whoever else is over there. Is it going to be as organized as last time? Probably not. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks before I go and said, I'm going to be there. If everybody wants to come and meet up for a couple of days that we're there, then cool. If not, then that's all right too. But we'll have to see. Yeah, and I might have to put a booster out there too. And if that's the case, that's all right. If I've got to have them pull something over there, I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. Mom and Dad's house is going to be right on the other side of the knockdown house here, so that shouldn't be any problem at all. They should be able to get the Wi-Fi right off of this. I might have to move it up on a shelf up here or something. I might have to do that for the garage too. But like as long as I get a signal there, I still got my other, my phone Wi-Fi and that kind of shit if I really had to do it. But it would be nice to be able to use this system, and I don't hardly ever use it, so I'll put it out there. Excuse me. I've got the laptop, which is basically the same thing that's on here. So, but let's see. Going to Kochang. That's on. That's my favorite place. You'll be there next week. Okay, cool. I'll let you know. I got some people coming here to pick up the Caesar the lab, the yellow, um, and they'll be here for a couple of days. I think the 16th to the 18th, and then after that, I'll probably be getting in touch with you and probably be depending on when the kids go back to school. I'll probably hang out here until they are one of them. One of them's staying. She's done. She's graduated and can now teach traditional Thai dance. So I don't know if that's what she's going to do, but she's going to stay here. And then the youngest, who's 19, 18, 19, she was, she's going to actually get her driver's license in the next week or so. And then the Suzuki is still in Bangkok, so she'll use that, I guess. And then Sim can drive my truck or the scooter or whatever here. We'll have to see. I hope so. The internet at my place sucks, does it? My internet is 1,000 up, 1,000 down. I bitch about it, but the quality and the stuff I get and the attention I get, because it's my wife's company where she's worked for 25 years. So I don't have any complaints, and I don't know what Thailand is, but they got to be up in the top 10 in the world in internet. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll be getting with you, Cabo, and it'll probably be first part of next month, something like that. And I'll probably come for 3-4 days, and hopefully there'll be people that can come. Ron or Jake. I don't know if Jake will still be here or not. She's back to school in a week, yeah. So we'll have to see. Maybe it'll be on a weekend. I don't know. We'll see. It probably. I don't know if it'll be or not. I'll have to find out. Go change for a few nights and then back. Yeah, you don't want all your fish to die. How's the fish doing? I know that you guys were having a little bit of problem with the little fish. I had so many of those, man. Because when we had the house, the rental house, I had 55-gallon drums, 6 of them, 8 of them, that I made a filter out of for the above ground pools. 2 of them I had. And in there we put in, I call them guppies, but they're mosquito eaters, and the little red mollies or whatever the hell they are. And boy, they just went crazy. I don't know if the environment was so good or the water quality was good, but we had thousands and thousands. My wife was giving them to people left and right. Look at where I'm at, an hour and 3 minutes, but she hasn't come and got me yet. So if you guys want to wrap, we can. I know that I dug a second pond last week video. Oh, cool. Yeah, like when I was there, I was really surprised. If you haven't looked at the video, that pond is up top. Plus, we got a crap load of rain here last night and in Ubon the other night. And I bought some. My uncle said he'll put up this plastic barrier or something. So I think I paid, I don't know, 2,000 baht for some material for him to go out there and keep the fish from leaving the pond. But they're thriving, man, and they're loving life. And I did see a bunch of. I think I said it in the video. It's only 5 minutes long, so it isn't real bad. But a bunch of fry, because when that crappy tilapia food that I throw out there has a lot of dust on it, and a lot of these little rings were coming up. I couldn't see what the hell they were. But out of the whole time that I was there, the 3 days, feeding them and looking in there, I never saw another species come up and grab any food. No catfish, no tilapia, no nothing. Only koi. So I'm imagining they're probably koi fry. So we'll see what happens if they are. if they are, they're in the perfect environment for getting their base food that they'll need when they're tiny from that pond environment, and it should be good. We'll see. Hey, what's up, Pierre? How are you? I hope you're well. Let's see. Back in Thailand, in Chumphon, driving back with my car from Phuket, as I international flight. Very cool. Very cool. Glad you had a safe trip back to here. Now you just need a safe trip to get the rest of the way home. Um, but I was really I was going to make the other side another pond in Ubon. My wife said absolutely not. They're growing. I don't know. She brought a bag this big of Thai chili. My uncle put it in Thai chili, and those blue tarps that they lay out that are 20 by 20, those huge ones. I saw them one day completely turn that red with Thai chili already that they pulled out of there. So, and I guess they dry it and crunch it up and they sell some of it and keep some of it or whatever. I said, all right, we'll grow whatever you want to over there. But I was really happy because I think that pond is, what did he say it was? 4 meters in the center, 5 meters, 12, 15 feet deep. So it's perfect. I'd like to dredge the sides and get rid of some of the vegetation, at least on the house side. I like the vegetation on the other side because they'll eat it, and that's where a lot of the stuff that the small koi are gonna eat will grow in there. So we'll have to say, hey CJ, how you doing? I thought that you in the one video, the last one that I saw, I haven't seen the last couple. I have to go back and watch. You said that she likes canals and not ponds, and you don't know why. Did you ever figure out why she doesn't like ponds? I was just curious because when you said that, I'm going, why doesn't she like ponds? Um, First thing, I mean, well, I guess you could grow the fish in the canals also. So, but yeah, so for me, building the garage is high on the priority list. That's why I didn't go to Vietnam. Um, I would have liked to have gone to Vietnam. Of course, Mitch, just like any place he goes, he injures himself severely. So if you're watching or listening to this with your head in a pillow, um, I hope you're feeling better, and I hope everything works out for you, Mitch. Hope you recover. It's got to be, in case anybody's watching that doesn't know who Mitch is, then you don't watch anything in the Thailand Chandra. But he had a detached retina, and they after that surgery they pump it up full of nitrogen, I guess, to keep the pressure on it to hold it in place, and you have to pretty much lay down for days and hours on end with your head facing down. So, man, that sounds like a nightmare to me. It's got to be getting frustrating as hell. So, I hope you're doing well. I know you can probably listen. I know you can't really look at chat and shit. So, hang in there, brother. We dug a pond and canals. Okay, but what was her reasoning behind? She think it's a waste of growing area or something. There's got to be something like that, I would imagine. Like my wife and family love the planting stuff, and I could see she does too, and you too. I think you like it too. But now with the mushroom thing, and now they'll be growing long bean and everything else, getting everything set. The people on this side that have property there told my father-in-law, "Hey, we don't use it. Grow whatever you want." Well, we're not using it, so he's got another plot over there. So I think that it costs me, and another reason why I like to have my solar is the pump. Now, granted, I'm pumping the stuff out of the ground my well, so I'm not paying for the water. I am paying for the electricity. So to both pump it out of the ground into the storage tank and out of the storage tank and around the property, I use 2,000 liters are my well water, and 2,000 liters are my city water, what I call city water. And I like to use my well water for my pond and for watering everything. I know it's not going to have any chlorine, or it's good water. And I don't know. Sometimes they say they're not putting anything in the water, and I could have swore they killed a crap load of my fish at the other house because I could smell it. I could smell the chlorine. I know it was there. I tested it, and they still said, "No, no, we don't do this." Okay. So now I don't have to worry about that. But I mean, they use a crap load of water for all that stuff. So best thing for me is to get that other house sold, build this one here, get them moved over there, have two complete, have what, 13, 40, 50, 60, 70, 20 kW of solar, and, pay a couple of thousand a month. I'd be a happy camper. Uh, she just likes the new things, canals and ponds, wasteland. Kind of figured that wasteland had to be, that's what first thing that popped into my mind. But yeah, canals, I don't know. I don't have enough property to run any canals. Um, you need to have plenty of tilapia in that Ubon pond more. Koi garbage wife may change her mind. Good food important for Thais. Yeah, the first thing that the Thai people ask, can you eat them koi? Yeah, you can, but I'd prefer if you didn't. That's why I was going to put the pond on the other side where they're growing the chili and whatever else, rice, and it's not big. It's in my size. It's the length of a football field deep, and it's 20 feet wide. 25 feet wide, and I'm guessing. But that would have been the perfect place to put the tilapia. I just don't know that much about them. I know that a lot of people are going into, and I thought maybe I was going to have to do it with the mud pond and the koi in there, is aerating it and putting in something, some kind of a something and something. Doesn't seem like I have to now. My wife said, "Well, it's not." I said, "I don't know, man. I don't know about a bunch of fish, but I know about koi, and they'll self-regulate themselves. If they have too many koi in one area, they'll start dying. When they get to a perfect level, they'll live like crazy. Like they're overpopulated here. We haven't had a koi die in a year or maybe a year and a half. But this environment is like established and set up, and that's basically what it is there. If you look at that video, man, like I said, the colors there aren't the greatest of patterns per se for Japanese koi, but some of them that white is just unbelievably. I don't have that white in here, and like I said, the reds and the whites and the blacks, and they're all set off of usually pH and food that I fit a color enhancing high protein. These guys get the best food. They get the worst food, but they're eating all these bugs and stuff, which are just the perfect food. So but you could see that they're healthy. And I looked, and I couldn't see anything. I didn't see anything, any open wounds, any nothing. And I asked my uncle, have you ever seen, have you had to pull a koi out because it floated up dead? Or he said, no, nothing. So they're healthy. So we'll leave them there. Maybe we'll throw in, I don't think we're even going to throw in any more 2-inch. I think we'll let them breed on their own. Yeah, we had heavy rain here last night. It filled up both the pond and the pool. When I put in this pond, I should have put a stand pipe in there with and when it comes to the level, of course, go in there and then drain out. And then I didn't. So it comes up to the edge. But these guys have been in the pond so much, when they get up that close to the top of the pond, I worry about them wanting to leap. I know in the past, a couple of years ago, I had lost a couple of good sized koi underneath the decking here because I could smell them. And and they were gone. So, but now they've been in there so long, I think they've gotten smarter. Maybe I don't know how to. There's Andrew. That was just the guy I was wanting to talk to. I want you to find out for me, Andrew, how much let's see, if they could make me a two and a half by 4 foot. Yeah, 2.5 by 5 foot board, but a piece of wood, the ones that were making your furniture. But I just want I only want it only needs to be an inch thick. And like I said, 2.5 by 5 foot board, treated and varnished or whatever they did, made it all pretty. And that's it. No legs on it. No, nothing. Just a board. And maybe they could get it cut or something. If you could find out for me, I would truly appreciate it. Hey Jay, how you doing? Happy drink margaritas till you puke day. Here, at least here. But yeah, if you heard that, Andrew, let me know that you you heard that. Because that's what I'm gonna put as the backer board instead of having to worry about setting anchors in the concrete. I'm just gonna set in probably 8, 10 anchors on that board into the into the concrete, and then I'm gonna drill straight into the to mount all my solar stuff. Excuse me. And my stomach is feel like I got to puke. See what am yeah. Um, but yeah, if you could find out if they could do something like that and how much it would cost, and I'll have them do it. I'm sure, unless they say it's $1 million or something. I don't think that will happen. So if you heard me, put in yeah, I heard you, Dave. And did everybody say that the sound is okay? I haven't checked it. It still sounds good in my ears, so it must be all right. Did he? What is Andrew's powers out or yours is? You know, see, that's what I don't. I'm hoping I'm not going to have to worry about anymore once I get everything dialed in here, get this system put in with that battery. Hopefully, I'm not going to have any problems. Sounds good. Thanks, CJ. But that's what I'm planning. Using that as a backer board instead of getting like plywood or something. Use a nice board, and it could be. I'm worried about weight, but an inch would be plenty. 3/4 of an inch would be plenty thick. But I don't know if he heard me. I can always call him or send him a text. He might have just popped in and said hello. I think he listens. Now, he doesn't wake up early either. And I started pretty early this morning. Here we are at an hour and 17 minutes. But like I said, I told my wife to let me look at my cameras and see if anybody's here. Where are you? Come on. I don't see how anybody could ever have a place here in Thailand and not have closed circuit TV. I mean, I'd seen everything in Ubon, and I can still look at the pond. There's the pond in Ubon. You see how it's nice and full, and I do like that. I know Kenny's is deep, but it looked like it was half full or less than half. Let's see. Let's see her dad. See if I see. I don't see the solar man, and I don't see any workers working on. Let me shut off that. I don't see anybody out working, but I don't think he can work until he gets the sand and steel. But I'll have to ask my wife if she's got it. New pond is even deeper. Cool. How deep is it? How deep is it? Hey David, how you doing? How deep is the new pond? I don't even know how deep the old pond is. I think 3 meters, right, or something. Maybe it's deeper than that. Morning to you. You want to go out? Okay. All right. Come on. I'll let you out. Come on. You want to go out? Or you want something to eat or something? You want a shake? Why? What you want? I don't have any treats or anything for you, boy. You want to go out? Okay. He just couldn't quite make up his mind. But I don't know. I guess I'm because I have had extra money and stuff. I guess I'm just a stickler on this on this solar stuff. Being able to have it. No big C. I said I could go by myself. Quan said no way. It's hot and sticky here. Did you hear me talking about the piece of wood? I don't know if you did or not. You probably didn't. I want a 2.5 foot by 5 foot. Could be 3/4 an inch or an inch thick of that wood, finished and everything. No legs, no nothing. I'm going to use it to mount the solar on the wall. Um, we'll see. Why I'm wearing a cat shirt? Because my wife bought it for me. I like the shirt. Got a cool Cool outfit on. Never was a big cat person. Canals are 2 to 2.5 meters deep. If you didn't hear me say about the wood, I'll send you a something. I think we got everything fixed on line. I can send it what I want. Um, who wants to know? You said he wants to know. Who's he? Let's see. Oh, Andrew. Oh, Andrew has a power outage. Oh, okay. So maybe that's why maybe he can't hear. I'll send him a deal. But yeah, I don't know. My wife, these shirts are awesome, and I think she paid like, I mean, they're that light material. They dry. They're real perfect for Thailand. They're cheap. Like I don't know. I want to say a couple hundred baht, $6, and they fit perfect. I think I ended up with I tried a 3X, a 4X, and a 5X to find the 3X. I think fit just about perfect. And if I wasn't quite as fat as I am now, I could probably get in a 2X. So we'll see. Okay, need to load up my speed. Yeah. All right. Have fun in Koh Chang. Uh, yeah, just a board, Andrew, 2.5 feet by 4.5, 5 feet, and an inch thick. I don't know that they have to have it specially cut, but if you could ask, that would be freaking awesome. And then just let me know what they want, and I'll send you the money or whatever, or pay them whatever they want to do if they want it ahead of time. Same time working. Yeah, like I said, there's still 10, 11, 12 people here. But like I said, I was really surprised on the garage thing. I don't get 4.5, 500 views on anything, and that one got right out of the gate. And the only next thing I did, I got quite a few watching. They kind of fall off after the third part of the family video, but up to that, it was good. It was all right. A few weeks ago, yeah, if they can to have it cut, like I said, 2.5 by 4.5 would be fine. And like I said, a 3/4 of uh, an inch would be plenty thick enough. So, and I think it would look bitchin' there with the controller and everything on there and the nice wire. And I think it would look, pretty good. So I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it nice and clean. So, I figured I'd get a nice piece of wood there, go ahead and put anchors into the concrete wall, and then I could just screw all my stuff directly into it. Be perfect. Let's see. Watching the NHL St. Louis, everyone overtime, Winnipeg. Yeah, I never, I never knew anything about hockey, and my cousin Bobby, and long time ago, he said, I got these tickets to the Stanley Cup playoff. It was the Kings, the LA team. I don't know how many years ago, 50 years ago. I don't know, long time. I was in my probably early 20s, rowdy as hell, and always looking for something. And I don't want to go to this. You'll like it, he said. I swear you'll love it. You'll love it. And right up on the glass, he got these. I don't know how the hell he got them. And man, I'm sitting there going, well, what the hell? Ice skaters are figure skaters, or I didn't know what to expect. And man, these animals came out on the ice, and I saw one guy got high sticked, whacked and cracked him across here, split his eye, a gaping wound this long, and opened up this wide. And I'm going, oh, I love this. This is the perfect game. And he skated off the ice. And when I really thought hockey is my sport, uh, was 5 minutes later, the guy comes back on the ice with got stitched up in a band-aid over it, ready to go to war. And I said, man, I kind of like it, but I never got into watching it. But back then it was like, every 10 seconds they were pulling their gloves off and ready to go at it. But it was quite a sport. Not knowing anything about it and going there into because I guess that's like the biggest games of the year, right? The Stanley Cup, whatever it is. It was something. I definitely enjoyed it. Never went and saw another one, but every once in a while I'd be channel surfing and I'd catch something and I watch a little bit of it. But it seemed like they weren't as animalistic as they were 50 years ago. But yeah, because it's Sunday, right? I didn't know. I got back and when I was there, I didn't bring my laptop. I didn't want to be bothered. And I had just 3 days of total relaxation. I didn't do shit. And it was great. That's why that little handheld koi pond video that I put out, I made that and I was going to just make a little video when I got home and I'm trying to get it off the phone. I got frustrated and I just said, let me see if I can just upload this thing to YouTube and name it something and put up a thumbnail of something. I let the AI pick one and just shut it out there. I probably should have took one of the fish, and I might change that. I don't know if I can or not. I don't think I can. I don't have it in on this computer, but anyway. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, have a good day. Where are you going? The mall? Yeah, here in town? Robinson? Or oh no, you said Big C or something, right? Where are you, Andrew? Big C. Oh, you're going right up the street from me. Hot and sticky. Yeah, I haven't. I don't think. I don't know when she's been going to. She goes to both, but she's been going to Macro mainly to get all the stuff because our dogs and animals eat better than 95% of the Thai people in Thailand. They get beef heart and beef liver and chicken this and it's amazing. And so she goes there to buy big bulks of that stuff, and they get that with rice, of course, and plus dog food and puppy food and everything else. So yeah, but we do have the healthiest. I'm sure we have the healthiest animals in Thailand. All right, let's see. Okay, an hour and 27 minutes. So I'm going to end it in an hour and 30 minutes. So there's only 8 people. The diehards are here. Thank you, you guys. You're awesome. Um, Playing with a bit of fun. Yeah, I seen a bunch of people are starting to do that. Who did it? I think Chuck and Paige did it with some one of the pictures from Vietnam with him and Mitch and everybody in it. This thing's going crazy. Oh, look at Gotta Love Thailand has a live stream going on. Anyway, yeah, I haven't played around with it that much, but it gives me that option now of having them generate a thumbnail. And like I said, I didn't have it. I just took it off my phone and uploaded it to YouTube. So it's got none of my beginning on it, nothing, just video, which is fine. I just wanted the people to be able to see how big the fish were. So, but let's see, an hour and 29 minutes. So I'm going to come up here to end the stream and then click it on there and maybe look at the camera. But first, I want to thank the 1820 new subscribers. You guys are awesome. If you have any questions and you don't want to come on the live stream and don't feel comfortable rapping, you will eventually. We just have fun. And you have questions about anything, send me an email. It's in somewhere on here. It's koidoctor1@gmail.com. And I'll try to answer any questions that I can. I try to answer all the comments. Sometimes I get 2 weeks behind, but I still answer them. But everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at in this big giant world. And I'll catch you on the next one.